some pretty bad shit.
I'm sure you did. Most people I know did at some point. Anyway, we are back. Segment 2.
I got away, though.
IDD, for those who I don't disagree, that is the redoubtable himself, Thomas J. is without question one, RJ Miliaccio. Segment 2, again, NBA draft recap. Boston Celtics had 2 picks tonight. The world champions added depth, experience, and versatility. They went for, and the thing is, experience and versatility. And the thing is, much to like what the Knicks did, this has become an arms race. And Boston kind of was looking at them going, yeah, we see them. Well, here's what we got to do for us. And they basically did the same thing. They brought in players that fit into what they do. And that's good GMing. That's what it is. Can you
tell me about these guys?
I can tell you everything about these guys.
I didn't
because the first guy came from Creighton, who's a lefty. 6'6", won a state championship as a quarterback of his high school football team in Nebraska. So he's tough.
And smart.
He's very smart. And not many guys can look you with a straight face and go, we beat the national champions by 20 points in college because they bitch slapped UConn. And you know what? And this is the thing about how numbers are overrated because the only number that counts is winning. You look at the teams that are successful, that are in the top. You look at the types of players they all drafted. These weren't gambles. These were calculated. They're like, no, this guy actually can play in our system. If this, he can do that. That's what they went for. They didn't go for who's the best athlete available. That's teams that are at the bottom that they're swinging and trying to hit something. When you're in contention, it's all about what do we need to get us over the top or to keep us where we need to be if we lose somebody. That's smart GMing. Yeah. And that's music to a coach's ears because he's like, I'm not stuck if I lose one guy. I have other options.
The Knicks did that with their first pick.
They did.
Which was fine because they got 3 other players. But
even
I
him,
get what you're saying.
Even him, he plays the style of play that they play.
Sure.
So that's why they went after him.
So it won't be a complete waste.
No, he's not coming in and I've never seen this style. No, it's what he does. So that's the whole point. Because, again, we've talked about this a million times. The game is 90% mental. It is.
The other half.
It's
physical.
Quote Yogi. Anyway, so the Celtics added I'm
looking up picks now. Baylor Shearman, who, and here's the thing about this kid. 6'6" shooting guard. Now listen, here's the deal, and this is what very people know. You look at him, he looks like a thinner version of Luka. He's slow. He doesn't look fast anyway. He's not overly athletic. He looks in better shape than.
But he's not yet. He's a better shape version of Lucas. Put it that way. But here's what he is. He is fundamentally, he's a 10. He's a 10. Okay, this kid this is Creighton, who was ranked all year long, finished second in the Big East, which I kept saying was the best conference in America. Remember, they only got 4 teams in the tournament. You and I were going, how the fuck did that conference only get 4 teams?
Well, because of Creighton, I picked them to freaking
Creighton got to the Final 8.
Yeah. I think I had them as my champ in one bracket because of what they did to
UConn.
Yeah, to UConn.
So they're one of 3 teams that beat them. And they didn't just beat them, they bum blasted them. So, and this kid was a big reason why. This kid, listen to this, 18, 9, and 4. Those were his numbers. Led the team in scoring and rebounding in the Big East. That's no fucking joke.
Big East was legit.
9 rebounds for a 2-guard who isn't a jumper? That's Derek White type of shit, okay? And he's a good shooter, 39% from the arc. He is the only player, ready for this? This is. We just talked about the guys who shouldn't talk sports, but then they talk sports. And they go, well, when DeSoto's in that lineup, the Yankees are better. Wow. Way to split the atom there, Craig. To what I'm about to tell you. Okay, here's why the Celtics drafted this kid in terms of you want numbers. He is the only Division I men's basketball player ever to finish with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists, and hit over 300 three-pointers.
Damn.
So think about what I just said. Points, rebounds, assists, and he can shoot. That's got Boston Celtics written all over it, boys and girls. Okay?
This says that he could be a potential long-term replacement for Hauser.
Easily. He's already better than Hauser.
Couldn't he be better than Hauser?
He's already better than Hauser.
You think so?
Yeah. He is. And I say that because in the finals, Hauser redeemed himself. And I'm talking about his shooting. We knew he could shoot. He played defense.
Yeah, he showed his toughness.
He showed some balls, some toughness.
But I think he actually showed that throughout. Because as bad as he shot,
it was just the shooting.
He played hard.
He does play hard.
And I feel like if you're not tough, when you stop shooting you act like a bitch.
Yeah. No,
he didn't do that. Even though it was we talked a lot about how many shots he missed.
Oh. But he's a shooter. He's got to keep shooting.
Yeah,
you can't tell him to stop shooting. That's what he does.
So at least while he was in there, No.
He's like, all right, fuck, I'm not hitting. I better contribute.
Yeah, he didn't sulk.
Yeah.
He still played, and that's the mark of a good basketball player. This kid.
Same thing with your point guard.
Yep, very much so.
What's his name?
For what, the Celtics?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Derek Holiday.
Pritchard.
Peyton Pritchard. Yeah.
He did same thing.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot well.
Nope. But he played
But
defense.
then he ended up hitting those two big buzzer beaters.
Game 3, game 3 that they won that game, the second half defense from him, Pritchard. And Hauser in that game, they were matched up both one-on-one multiple times with Doncic and with Irving, and they both kept him in front of them. They couldn't get around either one of them. I never thought I'd see Peyton Pritchard stop Kyrie Irving from getting the basket. I never thought there was a universe where that could happen, but it did. Yeah. Okay? And I was like, holy fuck. And he wasn't making shots. No. Of course, when he was, it was halftime buzzer beaters to blow up the arena.
But he kept playing. If he hadn't kept playing, he wouldn't have been able to hit those shots.
No.
Even though those are like partway luck, he was locked in. He was focused. He was not.
Do you know how many? If they could show a highlight reel of this season alone, he probably hit 8 of them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't luck.
Bang.
It wasn't luck.
No, you're right.
Now here's where it's crazy.
You're right. It's
last one he hit, he sat the entire first half.
4 seconds.
He came in with 4 seconds to go and did that.
That was awesome.
That was ridiculous. I'm just like, that's a guy who's prepared.
You're right. I take that back. Luck was probably the least of it.
You were saying, I said he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, we were calling it before he did it. Oh, Christ, he's good at this.
Because I think I was watching it with my family.
Yeah,
and you said that
he loves these.
He loves these. And I think Mike Breen said the same thing too.
And there it goes.
He's got a flair for these. I think he might have said something like that.
And then he goes, bang! And the whole roof erupted off that arena. But I mean, no, those guys that's how they play. This kid the Celtics just drafted, he is just like that. He's just like that. And he is a senior. This isn't a kid, he's a couple years away. No, this kid can go right in and play, come off the bench and help you right fucking now. I can tell that right now.
I feel like Creighton's got a good head coach, too.
He does. He knows what he's doing. They're
What's his name?
I forget his name.
He's got a son in the league.
What's his name? I always look it up. Anyway.
His son is in the league.
Yeah.
Mike Mick.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Rochester's not going to be anything like that.
Not really. Probably not. Abjob Juwabi.
Right.
Like, who the fuck?
It's actually Mark Jones.
Wait, hold on.
It's Mike Maleficent.
Creighton.
It's Mike Mick.
Is it
Mick something? McDonough?
Creighton.
Mike McDonough? I think it's Mike
Pelicans.
I think it's Mike McDonough.
Is it Mike McDonough? You might be right.
I think so.
Pelicans.
If I just pulled that
through
the mess that's in my head.
Oh my God, that would be impressive.
But I don't know if Mike McDonough is the one who made it to the league or the coach. Actually, I don't even know if it's his name.
Here they are. Creighton. Oh my God, I just had it right in front of me. And all I do is go back to where it said coach, but I didn't see coach fast enough before I switched the screen. I got it now. Hold on. Greg McDermott.
Yeah,
McDermott.
And then Mike McDermott is his son that went into the league.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought I pulled it.
So this kid played for that guy who's an excellent basketball coach. He's one of the best in the country.
He's been there forever.
Creighton has been, in the last 2-3 years in particular, have come to Providence. They're a legit program.
How long has that guy been there?
I don't know, but he's turned them into a legit, they're a top 10 team almost now. I think they are. He's taken, Creighton hasn't been good forever. I mean, they had one run back in I forget what decade it was. They had one team that got to the Sweet 16 one year, but they haven't, where are they? Before Creighton, he was there. How long has he been at Creighton?
14 seasons.
Yeah, so he's built this program. And this kid is one of the crown jewels of it. So he can step in right away, crack Boston's rotation, get in the 8-man, whatever it is. And again, that's smart because if Hauser does leave, if somebody does make him a big offer and he leaves, you got this kid right there.
He's 300 and 150 in his time at Creighton.
300, that's
so he's 150 games over.
66% of the games he coaches, he wins. 6% of 60. If you're 60% of it, that's 66%. In the Big East, in that conference, I got news for you. That's no joke. That's like the ACC used to be. So, and they still are at the top, but they don't have the depth anymore. Big East, that was loaded.
That's 60%?
So, that's 66%. That's 2/3.
Isn't it just double 150?
But if four together, it's 450, and they're winning 300 out of 450, so it's 75. Actually, no, it's 66%. It's 1/3.
Okay, it's a third. I see what you're doing there. Okay.
So it's 2/3. So it's 60%.
Thank you for explaining percentages to me.
Don't ask me how I'm doing that because we both took a swing.
with the big
No,
man.
you're right, because I'm thinking it's 300 games. It's not.
No.
It's 450
games. He won 300.
He won 300.
Yeah. So no, he's legit. This kid is legit. It was a good move. Now here was the one thing I was on the fence about though, and I have ridiculed this player for a while now. He, quite frankly, he's earned it. But Filipowski was sitting there, and the Celtics' one area of vulnerability is a center who's about 6'10" to 7 feet. He's 6'11", that can shoot from the three and extend the defense. This is that kid to a T. Yeah. And before I talk about the poofta that he is, because that's honestly, we'll get into that in a minute. But Jason Tatum is the leader of the Celtics. He's one of them. Dookie. If anyone could mold this kid, it's him. So this could have been a good thing. And by the way, Tatum tweeted after the draft that a lot of teams made a mistake at letting Filipowski go.
Really?
Yeah, he said he should have been. I didn't think he should have got past 20. I thought he would go in the top 20. He didn't get it. He was first pick in the second round.
When I saw he didn't go in the first round, I was a little shocked. But
I was shocked.
But then I thought back to how down on him you got.
I know, but that shouldn't bump him out of the entire first round.
But I mean, I guess a lot of teams
saw what I saw.
That was like the last thing they saw.
Yeah.
The last time you saw him,
he
was outmatched, pooped himself, and it sucks.
He got dog walked.
But dude,
by that kid from NC State, the big kid, he got dog walked by him.
Yeah. That happened to him a couple times last year. And
it did. And so you question his toughness.
But that sucks because he's still young as shit.
He'd only be a junior. He's got a lot. This thing, he's so skilled already. This is about him maturing and getting tougher. I get it, but the skill set, it's there. And so when the Celtics were picking, I was hoping for one of these two guys. I thought it'd be Filipowski. I'm like, oh wow.
But for one of which two guys?
Yeah, the kid they got from Creighton. I knew who he was.
You knew who he was?
Yes, I told you I watched him pound UConn.
Yeah.
I've been following him ever since the whole team. I can tell you his stats in that game.
I can tell you the color of his ass hair.
He only had 12 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, like 3 or 4 steals, and they held UConn to 66 points.
You're telling me you didn't draft him and now all of a sudden you did all this research?
No.
I know you're that.
Yeah, I did that while I was taking 100 calls today at work. Yeah, on my downtime, I must have been doing that.
You are that. You have that photographic memory.
I didn't look up his stats.
No, I know.
I watched the entire game, and then I had his stats in front of me.
I know. I believe you on that. I'm just saying.
Because that's how I am.
To me, you are the type that, like, if you read something about sports, like, it usually sticks in your head. Nothing else does.
True.
But
nothing else.
I'm dead serious.
You didn't even make plans for your wife's 50th birthday party.
Yes, you did.
Not last night. I didn't. We just got dinner. Now,
how many birthdays you gonna get?
This is what
you gave her the vacation.
This is what I said. Well, I let her go. We paid for it again.
Yeah.
But there was that. Then we had a party over here last Saturday, and a little thing for there. And on Cape Cod on July 6th, she's gonna have it's Becky's Beach Bash blowout. 50th, and people are coming from everywhere for that.
So that's not what I'm talking about.
I'm saying, but I didn't plan anything. I'm like, well, given everything you're getting, what do you need me to plan? Because first of all, I couldn't.
Did she say that to you?
She goes, you didn't need to plan anything. I'm like, you've already had 2 parties and you're getting a third. What am I supposed? What are you?
Hold on. So y'all did nothing last night?
No, we did. It wasn't. No, what the plan was, because I did have a plan, because I thought I got confused. I thought that the girls had a soccer game last night. So I told and I can prove this, I told my mother at lunch when I was talking to her, because she wanted to call Becky and wish her happy birthday. I said, wait, because the soccer game's going to end at like 8:30. I said, I thought that they had a game.
8:30?
Yeah, well, if they were going to play at 7. This is what they're doing Friday night, tomorrow night. The schedule's 7:30, 8:30. So I thought I got the days mixed up. So I told my mother to wait to call her.
Is this an excuse?
No, this is what I was planning was.
Okay.
I thought Becky was going to be at the soccer game with them, and I was going to go home, change, get flowers, order dinner, and when she walked in, it would be there. Because I was gone all day at work. Mm-hmm. So that was my plan. But I come home.
What were you going to order?
I was going to Tzatziki's. She loves Tzatziki's.
Okay.
So
you weren't going to make pita yourself from scratch?
What part of I got home at 6:30?
I'm kidding.
Is not getting through that dense skull of yours.
I'm kidding.
Okay, the bottom line is this.
I wasn't saying this about you. You brought this up.
The only thing I had planned was because I was thinking that, I'm not going to be done home till 6:30. She's going to be at the soccer game. At that point, what do? You take out. On a Wednesday night? You can't go out at 9 o'clock.
Or you put the whipped cream bikini on yourself. Once you come home, it looks like, what was it, Friday Night Lights? Or
you know what I can do? I could have done that. I could have been in the bedroom and closed the door, but you know what happened?
That was Varsity Blues.
My daughter would have opened the door.
God.
Or my son.
Poor thing.
Yeah. That's what would have happened to me had I thought to do that. And then my wife would be like, "You sick pervert! How could you do that?" Yeah, that would have gone totally the wrong way had I done that.
You're wearing a bikini?
Yeah.
It's whipped cream.
And I have to eat it off? Hell no! No, listen.
Varsity Blues.
Yeah, whipped cream bikini. Yeah, girls can pull that shit off. Guys can't.
Okay, so
Anyway,
all I was saying
bottom line
was
is this.
when you see some sports related shit. So I'm not saying you did this, but I believe you have the ability in a night, in a 24-hour period, to take in sports information and speak about it like you've known about it forever.
Well, a lot of it, believe it or not, is repetitive.
Yeah.
If you're just plugging and playing, really. You just change the name or change the team, but okay, this guy did that.
It's very cliche.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
The thing about it is,
It's like, look, whoever leads the league in turnovers, they're not going to be a good team.
no. The thing about it is going back to where we were originally.
You got to score points.
The Celtics pick. This kid is bona fide. He's not a project. He can play next year.
Stupefied.
Motified.
Terrified.
Stupefied by you. Which leads to their second pick now at 54. They get the kid out of Gonzaga. What was it? Walt? Hold on. I had it right up in front of me. Hold on. And of course, this is the problem.
Then we got Mike
Pipey.
McDermott.
Big pipey.
Okay, this was second round.
Yeah, pick 54. Where is it? Pick 54.
Anton Watson.
Yeah. All right. This kid played at Gonzaga for like 4 years. He was their second.
Big.
He's big, 6'8", 233. He looks like a big wing who can play four, can cover the 4 and the 5. This dude, yeah. Gonzaga, another winning program, great coach, fundamentals, experience. He's a senior.
I feel like everything I read on ESPN starts like this. He's a below-average athlete by NBA standards.
This is so ridiculous.
They say that about everybody?
Where would you rate Luka Doncic as an athlete? Where would you rate him?
Where would I rate?
As athletically, where would you rate him in terms of his physical ability? Where are you putting him? Would you say
5.
Would you say he's below average?
He's 5.
Would you say he's below
I'd
NBA?
say he's average.
No, he's not. He's below average. He's not even close to average. Okay, he was gassed by. If you look at his fourth quarter stats, the Celtics knew he was going to run out of gas. Okay, and he did every time. So anyway, the point is, not only are these guys below average, that doesn't mean crap. The other guy, what are you doing?
I thought you were watching a game.
No, we're not. We're recording live. What's up?
Well, we're not recording live.
We're recording, and we're gonna
I guess we are recording live.
sort of are. Yeah. But anyway, what's up?
Oh, I thought you were watching a game. I want to see the score. Okay, I'm a little off topic. This is not about sports
Wait,
whatsoever.
my daughter's a little
We
off
can talk.
topic.
We can talk about life. That's all right. Go ahead.
We do life on this show.
So
Don't we,
you know
America?
how Biden and Trump are talking right
Oh
now?
God.
Why are you gonna ruin my night with this?
I'm sorry, but
So Dumb and Dumber.
What
is
are they
on.
talking about?
I don't even know.
Casey's watching.
They asked them a question about like, do you think Putin's like
Talk about Russia.
terms or whatever are acceptable?
What
And
kind
then,
of question is that?
Or like whatever. It was something like that. And like Trump was talking about it, and I was like, shut the frick up.
First of all,
You sure you didn't say something else?
I did in my mind.
Okay. Well, you can be honest about that
yeah,
when it comes to
because we're in
Donald's.
the trust tree here. It's
Yeah.
okay. We don't judge here. This is one place you don't actually get judged.
Anyways,
You're allowed to say what you were really thinking.
Yeah. So, any event, so they did what did you guys think of Putin's stance on? And there, if Donald Trump says, "Well, there's good and bad on both sides,"
Yeah,
he should
get
be-
outta
He
here.
should be hung.
Like,
right? That's
just
what-
He always
go.
does
Yeah,
that.
like, if he's dumb enough to say that, 'cause he's
He
in
was
bed
like-
with Putin.
he went-
Or he
went-
was at one time.
She went back to the original question because he went off topic about it. Do you think these are acceptable? And he was like, well, no. And then he was like, blah, blah, blah. But this war never should have been started, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, duh.
Of course, if I was president, that's his bullshit.
Dude, that's like I don't know if you remember, but in Charlottesville at UVA,
Oh, I remember that whole.
there was like this
thing.
big thing where there was KKK members.
This was his first mistake.
And then there were black people. And there was a protest or something.
Girl got hit by a
And-
car.
right.
Yeah.
By the KKK,
By the KKK side.
And he said, look, there's good people on both sides.
I can't believe right
Shut
there.
up.
Right
Like,
there.
go
Right
with
there, I gave up praying that this idiot was going to be
Yeah.
something. Because I'm like, you're officially the dumbest man on
You're
earth.
And now he's probably going to get
The
reelected.
dumbest-
And I'm like, well, the
Basically,
USA
and
is
by
gonna
the way,
just die.
look at what happened to this country after he said that.
He's an idiot.
All of a
And
sudden, it became cool to be
And the
racist.
thing is, Dad,
What the fuck is this shit? I'm like, are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
that's true.
And people were openly not even trying to hide. It was like, you be kidding me. I mean, so yeah, this is this donkey that some of you idiots are going to vote back in. Okay,
so because we all know he's probably going to get voted in. Because
No, I'm not giving up hope.
he's not going to win.
the
The man is a 37-time felon.
We just have to hope that.
Okay, but have you met the people in this country?
Yes,
Have you heard of the people?
How many times have I said this is the dumbest nation in the world?
Well,
If
no,
we didn't have the
so
greatest,
here's the thing.
if we didn't have the greatest military on earth.
But here's the thing.
We'd be like,
Unlike most people that love Trump, I don't love Biden.
No.
no,
But
I don't either.
but I
he's
go
better
for
than
that.
Trump.
Exactly.
He's better than Trump. I
Exactly.
don't love him
And
either.
this
but
right
compared
here,
to Trump,
right there,
Exactly.
this little exchange is why I've never voted. I don't believe in the lesser of two evils, and that's all they're talking
But
about.
not.
Well, he's not as bad as him.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about.
he's not bad.
Trump is just so much worse. Trump can do so much more
Yes.
damage.
I didn't say he wasn't
can.
better than Trump. I'm just saying I don't like him either. He's just better than Trump.
Wouldn't you rather have Biden over
I think-
Trump?
Biden's going to win.
I hope you're right.
Biden's
I
gonna win.
really hope you're right.
Biden's
But you
gonna
might
win.
not be.
No, Biden's going to win.
You might not be. I mean,
Biden is going to win.
okay, but now the people who voted for him might start are thinking like, well, he's getting older and all this crap.
I know.
Like,
All
You
right.
hope people don't go. But why would that make you go? Okay. I'll
By the
vote
way, you
for
know how old
Trump.
Donald Trump
Hopefully
is,
I'll-
America?
like,
How old's
some
Donald
people
Trump?
are like that.
Donald Trump is 82, by the way.
No, he's
I-
not.
Yes, he
80.
is.
Yes, he is.
He's 82.
He's 80 or
Yeah.
81 or something, yeah.
He just doesn't look as old as Biden.
No, because he's
Also, I
plastic,
thought
fat.
after you get
He's
impeached, you
Oompa Loompa.
can't run again.
What'd you say?
I thought after you get impeached, you can't run again.
No, you
I don't know what those rules are.
You can run. If you have to be elected, once you're elected 2 terms, you can't run again. If you've only been elected
Yeah,
one
I
term, you
know
can run
that.
again.
I
And
know
then you can only
that, but I
serve
thought
one.
if you got I know that, but I thought if you got impeached, you can't run again.
I don't know that they had a law against that because they probably figured, well, shit, if they impeached him, why would they want
The man's been impeached. He's a convicted felon. He said he endorsed the KKK.
Like, there's
you
no
know
way
what?
he should be able to run again.
And
There's
if,
no
if
way.
he wins, it's an embarrassment.
By the way, he's got murder on his hands. Remember that whole little thing on January 6th
Yeah.
that he incited? 6 people
There's
died. One
no
of them was
way
a
he
police
can
officer.
legally run
This
again.
idiot is running again. That is a shame on you, America. You don't even have to be a Democrat to not. That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying.
You
So
lack
stupid.
anything that resembles common sense, morality, anything. If you think that guy is fit to run a country like this, you got to be
Seriously.
kidding me.
I mean, the
Absolutely
White
kidding.
House is going to be taken down if he gets.
It's awful.
if
I would
he
never
if
look
he
at.
becomes president again,
I-
he's probably going to get the White
I
House
have never
taken down.
voted, and this guy is so bad. I'm considering voting.
Please,
Because-
I'm begging you, vote.
We might get a
Please,
vote.
Vote.
I'm considering. This
I
is how
can't vote.
bad.
Vote for me. I'm
This
too
is-
young to vote.
This is how stupid this country is, and
that's
I am
good-
actually
that's a good
considering
battle cry.
endorsing something that I've never endorsed. This 2-party system, which ends up in a tie, but then the electoral code a vote gets involved.
Dad, I
Okay,
can't
no,
vote.
no.
Please just
Dude,
vote.
I think Mia just created a battle cry for youth voting. I'm too young to vote. Vote for me.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that
vote
be a-
for me.
wouldn't that
I
be a
can't
good
vote.
campaign?
I'm too young to vote.
Trump, you're so bad. We voted for a 12-year-old.
No. We're not saying vote. No, we're not saying vote for a 12-year-old. We're saying vote for her. She's
vote-
not able to put
like,
a vote in. She's too
Put
young.
my
Right.
I'll vote for you.
Vote
Yes.
for her. If you're not going to vote for yourself, vote for your kids. That's a good battle cry.
because
dirty pool.
I
That's
have
dirty.
opinions on
You know
this.
that deep down, that's dirty.
Dude, she's going to grow up and be a woman in this country. And with that asshole, it'll
He'll
be
be dead. He'll be
it'll
dead.
be harder for
Trump
her.
will be dead before that happens.
I know, but
Trump
but
will
if
be
he's
running things
allowed,
when she-
but if he's allowed to impact policy now,
It's 4 years.
he put the conservative judges in that outlawed
The
abortion.
genius of the Constitution is that it
Exactly.
leaves open all these doors to correct shit like this.
Right, but it's going to take longer. Yes, it will.
I don't think he's going to
Dad,
win anyway.
yes,
Come
it
on.
will.
He's not going to win.
He already has with his first term.
He's not going to win.
He put two.
At the
Are
end of the
you
day,
asking
Supreme
what's
Court
one of
going
them is a
on right now?
37-time felon, the other is not.
He put two Supreme Court
Okay, but
justices.
this country is full of idiots, Dad. That's what you're not getting.
I've been saying. I've been saying.
Okay,
Since
but
you met
clearly,
me.
but Dad,
You couldn't talk when I was saying.
you're
that.
saying he's not going to win, but this
You were a
country is full
zygote
of
when I was saying
idiots.
that. I know.
This country is
Right.
full of
She's
idiots.
saying if what you say is right, it's possible the idiots could win.
Exactly.
He got 75 million votes. That's the last thing I'm saying about this. We're going back to sports because I'm talking about the Celtics, and you turn this into. Don't ruin my
This
night.
is good.
Well,
I never
Okay.
knew Mia was going to come out and be a political activist.
In the middle of my Celtics take.
I liked it.
I'm
Anyway.
sorry, but I'm just so mad at this guy right now.
I'm so
because
mad,
the
Dad.
conversation
I had to
that's
come out
going
and
on with
ruin
him
your
and Biden.
segment
All
on
right,
your
Mia.
favorite team.
Mia, go report back. You got to go watch the rest of the debate so we can.
And I want you to tell me who you think won
Yeah, come on.
and why.
So
Why?
This is part of
So
informing
far,
yourself.
I've seen like 10 minutes of it, and I already.
By the way,
want
if you
to
do a good
break
job, we
his
might say tonight's political highlight or moment
We'll
by
go, to
Mia.
our, we'll go to our
we
political
could have
correspondent.
we could have Mia's political moment. We could make
Yes.
that a segment. If you can report.
face. Oh, but here's the thing. I've watched 10 minutes, and I already want to break his face. Well, I've always wanted to break
Report.
his face. Hold on,
Get in
second
there.
of all,
Mia, can you give us your honest opinion? Honestly, Dad, I want to break his face.
second of all, I don't know who's winning, even though I know.
Well, go find
But
out.
I'm saying, because Trump's a complete idiot, but Biden's just like,
Well, Biden's a drooling vegetable.
I'm trying to think of the name of the segment.
Biden might have a rebuttal, but you can't understand it.
Well, yeah.
You can't.
Well, because if his brain glitches, then he just starts going.
Yeah, I love in the middle of a sentence how he closes his eyes for like 3 seconds as he keeps.
Now,
talking.
see, the same thing happens to Trump, but it's not as abrupt.
Well, Biden's older than Trump.
Yeah.
by like 5 or 6
Well,
years.
and not
what?
just not
5
just
or 6 years?
he's like 89, isn't he? 87.
86 or 87.
But
Trump's
not-
81.
I thought they were both early 80s.
Go, you're not going to be a reporter
I'm
on this
so
thing if you don't start
confused.
knowing this crap. You don't even know their ages, for Christ's sake. I can't put you in front of a. Can I put her in front of a microphone? It would ruin my credibility. Ruin.
That's
Anyway,
hilarious.
back to the Celtics. Sorry about that. I mean it sincerely because that just ruins everybody's night. Listen to those two
No,
dogs.
that was fun talking about
But
it.
back to the Celtics and this kid from Gonzaga.
For anybody
okay.
who I offended, fuck.
Okay, this kid from Gonzaga, who by the way shoots 44% from the 3-point line. Now again, it's not as big a number as
I'm
others.
say this again.
This year in college, he was a 44% 3-point shooter.
Which player?
The kid, the second kid the Celtics drafted from Gonzaga. The big kid was built like a statue.
What's his name? I'm sorry, my brain
No,
is
it's
so
Watson. Something.
Watson.
Watson?
Oh, from Gonzaga. Anton.
Anton, I'm sorry.
Anton Watson.
Anton Watson, yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, this kid is another 4-year player who fundamentally does these and multi-position capability. Okay, 6'8", good size, so he can guard a lot of different range of positions. From a program like Gonzaga, where they teach you how to play the game. Okay, and let me tell you what's good about this, because this is the basketball I grew up loving, the cerebral. And the little things matter. And then you get, because when you do the little things, well, then something else really looks genius because you do the stuff that a lot of teams don't do or are unwilling to do because you understand what winning's all about. This league is starting to go back that way because until this year's Celtics, really, you have to go back to the San Antonio Spurs of the Duncan era. That you look at them, well, fundamentally they're great. They're just fucking great. They just do everything the right way.
Say that one more time. Which team?
This year's Celtics team, who looked more like a fundamental team.
Yeah.
That played. We heard him in the timeout talking about defense,
Yeah.
closing out, good spacing, good angles, all these fundamental shit.
But you're saying you
getting
haven't
back
seen
up.
it since
No,
when?
last year was
Since
all
the
about
Spurs?
shots. Yeah,
Did you say since the Spurs?
I haven't seen a team that plays like that. They've been other champions, but they weren't known for their fundamentals. They were known for their talent.
Yeah.
Or what they did really well. They weren't known for fundamentals.
I'm trying to think
The
through 'em
Spurs
right
were
now.
fundamentally. That's why Popovich gets all. He's a great basketball coach. Okay, Brad Stevens, who was great at Gonzaga, fundamentals, great basketball coach.
He was just talking about
That's-
something and he went, they should go to jail for that. You should be in jail.
Why are you screaming to the whole neighborhood?
I'm sorry, I'm really mad right now.
Well, can we talk about it after the segment's over? I'm trying to talk about the Celtics. And you
Mia's
just came
political minute.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
The draft just happened. We're recapping the NBA draft. Who they draft? Who they
The
added.
draft just happened.
This is a ADHD nightmare, as they said. Remember when somebody typed that? My cousin typed that.
Yes.
Because I can't now I can't remember what we were talking.
I can. I was talking about the kid from
My
Gonzaga.
ADHD was just like I saw me
And how the fundamentals are
started
coming
thinking about
back. The teams are starting to stress fundamentals again. The winning teams are, and this is going to go down. The great thing about the '80s basketball, why people say it was a golden age, because it was the apex of talent and skill. Okay, the talent was elite and the skill level was elite. All these guys were multi-dimensional, offense and defense. Kevin McHale could guard the center, the power forward, the small forward, and the fucking two guard. And at times I saw Kevin McHale do that. Okay, Larry Bird is the reason people talk about help defense because I've never seen an off-the-ball defender like that, who's like a quarterback in the back. It's like having a safety, like a great safety that just sees everything, like Ronnie Lauder. He was that dude.
So in the '90s, you wouldn't say the same thing.
No,
So like
it's
the
gone.
talent level went down
No, the talent level was still there, but the fundamentals started to go away.
in the '90s.
Became more one-on-one and less team ball, and that was Jordan's ascension, because every kid for a generation
But see,
wanted
my
to be
thing
him.
was I watched the Knicks for the '90s, so it's tough because they weren't a one-on-one team.
No, but they had a clear one.
Oh,
Patrick
without
Ewing was a
doubt.
clear
Everything
one.
went through you.
Everything went through him. Okay.
Yeah.
Even with the Lakers and the Celtics of the '80s, you could go through 3 different guys on each team. The Lakers
so
could
you- so
you
you're
could run your
saying-
offense through 3 different
Okay,
guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize
Yeah,
what you were saying.
yeah. This is where the ISO hero ball era became disgusting because in the '80s that would happen in the fourth quarter,
and it's a tie game, and now Bird's going one-on-one. But you wouldn't see it unless it was necessary. And that's where I got this guy to take him here. This is what Bird. This was the magic. And Jordan is the one who started to change all this. Where he was just doing it all the time. But this is where the Spurs, as great as they were, they could run their offense through Ginobili. They could run it through fucking Parker. They could run it through Duncan.
Yeah.
This Celtics team could run their offense through Tatum, through Brown, through Derek White, Porzingis. They could run their offense through almost 5 guys if you think about it. So because it's not fair. No other team can run their offense through any one of the starting 5 and throw in Al Horford 6. It's unfuckable. You can't do that. So that's more of a team because they move the ball. Everybody gets involved. Everybody's active. The teams don't fall asleep for 4 possessions because one guy's playing hero ball.
Yeah.
That's where. And by the way, the Knicks are also taking on that mentality. They really are. Okay. So they really are. Well, they had this plan all along.
Yeah. The injuries
are what
the
injuries derailed it. And that's not, again, that's why look at the way they drafted. It speaks to this. Depth.
It speaks to this.
Yes. So that's good GMing. All right, we can't let this happen again. Okay? And again, it was an odd thing. Crazy shit happened to that team. Crazy shit happened to that team. Well, I said the last team that I saw that happen to was the 87 Celtics. Like Walton, it was Len Bias dies. Okay, Walton goes down early. McHale breaks his leg. Paris sprained a high ankle sprain. Dennis just like what the every week. Bird literally went get on my back and carried them to the finals. Literally.
Well, I appreciated what you said after the Knicks loss because I was kind of feeling like tired of making the excuse that they weren't at full strength. You know,
it's true.
But then you were like, do you realize?
Yeah.
Like, I started to think about it, and if what happened to the Knicks happened to the Celtics, that means Jaylen Brown's out, Porzingis is out, Al Horford's out. Like, and you started going through
I went through this on one of our shows.
Like,
I was giving him names.
Oh shit! The Knicks might be actually better than the Celtics would be if they had all those guys. Like, it was. It just showed you like,
depending
that's
on,
a lot of good players
a lot
out.
Of quality players. And
no
the
matter
Celtics,
how good your bench is, you can't.
There is no bench that could lose 4 players of that caliber. Yeah. Maybe 2, depending on who the 2 are. maybe two, not 4.
1.5.
One, if it's a Bird, is a nut or a Jordan, a guy like that. But again, you look at the Spurs of the Duncan era, and he was the dominant player. But you could do other guys with more than role players.
Ginobili would take games.
The 08 Celtics. Oh my God, they were 10. You could run their offense through Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, or Kevin Garnett. And defensively, they were still the best defensive team I've seen.
Ray Allen, good defender, really good.
Yeah, he gets known for his shot, but he was not. Nobody. You didn't just blow by Ray Allen. And Ray Allen would take on the assignment of Kobe Bryant. He would take on the assignment. He would go get the other guy. He wouldn't dodge and hide and play off the ball and all that like Luka does or tried to do. And Luka eventually got caught because the Celtics were like, you can't do that to us. We're gonna fuck you up no matter where you are.
Ray Allen's really good athlete, right?
Sick athlete.
Like
Ray Allen's a sick.
It's crazy that he was that great of a shooter.
He was that because fundamentally,
athletically,
he
could do some shit.
Look at him. I remember my buddy Jimmy played against him at UConn. Jimmy will tell you. My buddy played against him. He'll tell you about Jesus Shuttlesworth, baby.
Okay, I feel like at UConn, he wasn't just that 3-point sniper.
No, he was a slasher. He was a 5.
Didn't he win the championship?
They got to the Final Four twice.
Oh, he didn't.
He didn't win it.
I remember him hitting a big shot.
He was the first truly great Calhoun player at UConn.
He was awesome.
He was amazing, and he had an amazing NBA career.
Yeah.
And listen, I had a jersey that with his number had Shuttlesworth. It was a Celtics jersey. When he left, I burned it. He went with LaFraud.
You burned it.
It's true.
Why would you do that?
LaFraud. That's why I did it. Of all the teams, he could have gone to San Antonio and played with Duncan.
If there's one thing,
no, you don't go with LeBron.
There's one thing I'd ask you to change.
No.
Okay, look, I get one thing. You don't have to do it, but I get one ask. Okay, you could ask me to change one thing. I don't have to do it, but
I would never do that. That's part of what makes you who you are.
Exactly.
So
part of what makes me who I am is I got to ask people to change. So, okay, so if you could change one thing, and I don't think it's going to change any part of your personality. You're still the same great guy, but don't burn a player's jersey. Come on, unless they're like a murderer.
He went to the one team. Think about this for a second. They just lost to them in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay? That was the last run of that group. If he had come back, they could have tried one. And
they lost to the Heat?
They lost to the Heat in Game 7 of the finals, conference finals.
Is that when the Heat went and lost?
They went and lost.
To Dallas?
But then he went and left.
And then they won the next year.
And then they won the next year.
Wow.
That was such a slap in the face to Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Doc Rivers and even Rajon Rondo and all.
What happened?
Was
there a personal rift?
I don't know. Him and Rondo didn't get along at the end. I don't know. But the bottom line is he could have gone to San Antonio and won a title. He could have gone in. He went there. And Garnett didn't talk to him for a long time. He did eventually.
This was like a major beef for a while.
It was because he went there. They were their chief rival. I'm like, what are you doing? Because the year before the Celtics beat them and they lost to the Lakers in the finals in 7 games. They knocked off LeBron in Miami. So
I'll trouble you for a soda.
So this is the thing. So when he went there, I burned his jersey.
Man,
True story.
that's crossing the line.
No, it's not. He crossed the line.
That's psychotic.
Could have gone to a number of teams. He went there.
Dude, it's his job.
No. Could have gone. They got the same amount of money in San Antonio, and they would have. Remember who they beat in the final? San Antonio. If he's on that side, San Antonio wins.
Who the fuck wants to go to San Antonio?
Tim Duncan.
You know where I want to go? I want to go to Miami, where it's beautiful beaches,
You think they
great
don't?
food.
You think a guy like Ray Allen doesn't have a house there already?
Yeah, he wants to live there.
He did.
And there's a great team there too. You gonna kill the guy to go Miami?
Yep.
If you have a chance to go to Miami and you don't take it, I'm gonna come over here.
If I'm leaving,
and personally,
if I'm on the Boston Celtics, no, not going to Miami.
all right, no, I get it from that
No,
fan perspective.
no.
I'm just saying, burning
No,
the guy's jersey.
burned it.
What?
Burned it.
I'm so lost. I was watching.
You weren't alive. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so back to this Celtics draft. Okay, for the third time.
Yeah, let's wrap this thing up.
We're gonna wrap
We've
this
been going
up.
for 36
We gotta come back and
minutes.
talk baseball.
No, we should quickly touch on Bronny.
Well, we'll come back and do that.
Okay.
But anyway, the last thing I'm going to say about this, what they did, they're not done. I like what they did. They added guys that are multi-role, multi-position, and they're experienced. They're not projects. These guys are ready to come in and actually they can learn the system and they can play. That's smart, okay? But they're not done. They've got to find, and they better not assume that, we're just going with Allen, we'll be okay. No, you can't do that. You got to find another big man before. And again, this is the one thing about Filipowski. He had that element to his game. He was the perfect for what I thought, where I thought they were most vulnerable. And I still contend, if they don't repeat, this will be the reason why.
Almost like Filipowski could have been a smaller version of Porzingis.
But a bigger version of Al,
Right.
because he's 6'11".
And maybe he could
Perfect.
take pieces and
And he's already a better shooter, and he's a legit shooter.
Yeah.
Now, Horford made himself into one over his career. That was great, but he couldn't do that in college. This
Yeah.
kid comes out and he can dribble. He can put the ball on the floor and go up by you. And this,
Right,
he's
he's got that
perfect.
Porzingis
He's
in him.
perfect for that system, and you have Tatum on the roster to help get him ready. Like, that would have been. So, again, I like the kid they got. I'm not mad at that. I'm saying that is the one thing.
Dude,
The one thing that
Okay.
I'm concerned about.
so I hate to bring up something that I don't know is true, but I saw something about Filipowski and like an older girlfriend and kind of being pushed to Mormonism.
Oh, I don't know. I don't care what his religion is. You put the ball in the basket.
No, but then he got drafted by Utah.
So the Celtics wouldn't draft him because of that? That's not,
Well, I don't know. It's like,
Boston doesn't give a shit about that. That's your business.
look. Hang on. So this is from the Sporting News. That's legit, right?
Yep. I'd say it's pretty reputable. Yeah.
Let me see. So he actually says, well, the workouts weren't great. People tell me there were question marks about the interviews. They said he was nervous. He didn't make shots at the pro day. What's going on? What's going on with his girlfriend? He has an older girlfriend. She's like 25 or 26, and people are like, "This is weird." He doesn't talk to his parents. Giovanni spoke more on the situation again during the broadcast of the second round of the NBA draft, adding that Filipowski was one of the most talented players available.
He was.
Before Utah ultimately took
No
him
way.
32nd.
From a talent perspective, he should have got out of the top 20. He should have been in the top 20. Easily from a talent perspective. Something else is going on. I did say that. I don't know what it is, and maybe this is it.
I think it's this.
I didn't know. I'm like, something's off here between the years, because from a talent perspective, this kid is everything the Celtics could want from what they really need.
So
And-
this says Filipowski's partner is named Caitlin Hutchison. In April, she posted an Instagram photo of the two with the caption, 4 months since the happiest yes I'll ever say, and a ring emoji, suggesting the two are engaged. Based on social media posts, Hutchinson from the University of Alabama in winter of 2018.
Okay.
Winter of 2018.
She graduated then? Well, she was
She
26.
was at Alabama.
So how'd they meet?
But that's like, how many years ago is that?
That's 6 now.
6 years ago. He's 18 now?
He's 19. He would have been a junior if he came back.
So he was 13 in 2018?
Yes. And she was...
It is unclear when
She's 8 years old now. She's 7 years old now. He's 19.
It is unclear when she and Filipowski began their relationship, but their first Instagram post together is at her senior prom. Her senior prom?
That's got to be a typo.
How young would he be?
He would be in middle school. That's got to be.
Filipowski graduated from high school in 2022. No, this is what this is saying.
This is getting weirder. We might have to consult with Yoda on this.
Well, my thing is like, so I'm reading this from the Sporting News, so I think it's real.
That's a pretty reputable. This is such a.
So Filipowski's 20 years old. He was born in 2003. Turns 21 during his rookie season.
Tom always finds the conspiracy in everything.
Not always.
And he might be right about this one though.
It is unclear how much contact Filipowski has with his family, if any. He's got 3 brothers, older brothers Daniel and Taylor, and a twin brother.
Wasn't he around his family when he got drafted? I thought there was a picture of him around his family. That's weird.
In what he calls a story that has been pushed under the table for nearly 2 years now, Daniel Filipowski, his brother,
this is weird shit.
Daniel Filipowski alleges Hutchinson, his girlfriend, forced him to cut us off from his life almost 2 years ago. Sent us an email and everything. Basically the official goodbye letter.
To his family?
Yeah.
Because of this girl?
He's saying she forced him to send it? Like,
this is some weird, wacky
like
shit.
She's kind of like groomed him. And I mean, a lot of times you don't think of that going woman to boy, but that could certainly happen to a young kid.
Well, look, we've seen, I'm convinced I grew up in the wrong era because we keep seeing more and more of these hot female teachers going after these 15-year-olds.
No, okay, so look,
14-year-olds.
you might be thinking about this from a fantasy, but,
of course I am.
But the thing
That's
is,
the only way to think
but if she's trying to manipulate him, not in that way, but to
just let me have my
marry him, and kind of like keep, it's almost like you're grooming this
And
kid.
how is she manipulating him?
Come on, dude. Seriously, when you think about it from the standpoint if they were at her senior
That's
prom,
weird.
She's 7 years older than him.
That's really
So
really
what? He was
weird.
like a
11?
sixth grader?
Was he 12? 11?
It might have been a fifth grader.
If she's 18 and he's 7 years, he might have been 11 or 12.
Which puts you where? Fifth, sixth?
She's in 6th grade, 12 years old.
I mean, come on.
That's weird.
So you're talking about it from but like that's a kid.
That's a kid.
That's not. I mean, once you've hit puberty, like okay, you think his fantasy. That's
I mean, although maybe he had it early because he was taller than everybody else, so maybe he had puberty a little bit earlier. Because 6'11", yeah, I could see how it happened. Yeah. So anyway.
But for her though.
This is a rabbit hole that I never thought we'd go down. But look, this sounds eerie.
But then the weird part is, so she's a Mormon. She's a Mormon. He got drafted by the Jazz.
Listen, could they be connected?
I mean, Utah is like the Mormon.
What kind of influence does this woman have on people?
Well, what kind of influence does
she influence Danny Ainge too? I don't know. Danny Ainge made the pick.
Maybe it was the Mormon Church.
Or maybe, from a talent perspective, he was the best player available. And the Jazz are one of those teams I was just talking about. You got to find talent. And he fell into your lap. Maybe it's just that, too. I don't know. If that came to Sporting News, I'm saying there's some validity in there. The question is, what level are we talking about? So anyway, the Celtics passed on him, and now we clearly have a reason why. So,
I guess so.
This is too weird for me. This is just weird. Like, the thing is, I could see myself... He's playing the game. He's having an off night. I could be blaming his Mormon girlfriend, going, "She's fucking with it." I could just totally see this happening. Yeah. But he's not here now. I have to worry about that crap. So it's like,
but they're basically saying she groomed him from the time he was real little, so that she knew he was kind of like
at 11 years old. Yeah, they're impressionable. Yeah, I don't disagree. So anyway, we're gonna come back segment 3. We're gonna talk LeBron James. Bronny James gets drafted. Surprise, surprise, at 55. We will talk a little bit of the fake show, and then we will delve into the Mets and the Red Sox. Ooh. Dare we say playoffs?
Maybe on the horizon.
Coming right up.
Not getting ahead of myself.
No.